Don't know why you speak to him. You know he insults me. Ask him to show you what he does from that bedroom window with them binoculars you lent him. He's got so's I daren't wear a blouse. Don't you turn your back on me, Wally Batty. He leered at me.
He's entitled to leer.
Is that all you've got to say when a man leers at your wife?
I can only marvel at the quirkness of his taste. But thou's got used to her, Wally. Familiarity breeds contempt. To me, she's a thing of mystery, an unknown quantity. Strange? It's funny you should say that.
I'd like to know what you're plotting, you two out there with your heads together.
We didn't want to bother you with it.
Look, I'll come back when you're not doing anything.
I'm not doing anything.
Well, you keep poking Wally with that brush.
Tell her.
Oh, you tell her.
Somebody had better tell her.
Dora, that basket of whiter-than-white washing that has just taken off the line.
What about it?
We're out here a moment ago.
Taking it inside.
Has I ironed it yet?
What's that got to do with you?
Just answer his question, woman.
No, I haven't ironed it yet.
Thank the Lord for that.
I've this dinner to get and my windows are all steamed up. Why should you worry whether I've ironed it or not? Come back here, you!
Tell her why don't you?
Dora? No, when they does the ironing, when they puts the hand in the basket, if he comes out with a small garment trimmed with fur, look at it before you iron it.
Why?
One of my ferrets was headed in this direction.
Now you get up. Halt! That man.
Can you understand any adult human being rushing about like that?
Yes!
Well, I...
Go on, you lazy nut! Go on, get out of here and keep out!
Oh, no.
Go on! Don't you come, you worse than school kids! Make me tired!
A paper napkin.
What?
I would like one of your softest paper napkins, please.
3 cups of tea between 3 customers and you want a napkin?
Just a paper napkin.
With egg and chips you get a paper napkin.
What do you mean you've got a rule? You've got an inflexible system governing the issue of paper napkins?
You can't run a business without some system of stock control.
Yeah, but in other places you don't even have to ask for one. They've got them there in a glass on the table. You just pick one out.
You should have picked two out and brought one with you.
Funny things, feet. If they were turned the other way round, we'd be able to stand much closer to walls.
Like my toe cap, you see, some fleeing idiot trampled all over the shine.
Well, they nearly put their knee in me groin.
Soldier's reflex.
All right, they nearly put their knee in me soldier's reflex.
Will you sit down? You don't have to draw us a picture.
The fact that feet are not turned the other way round suggests to me that part of the evolutionary plan, or the divine plan, if you'd rather.
And he never thinks about the divine plan. He wouldn't know what you were talking about.
Well, he picks up things in his own way.
Yeah, that's what did that store detective in Woolworths?
It just fell into me pocket. You know how baggy my pockets are. I could have knocked it off with my elbow.
Well, I wouldn't have been surprised if you'd been knocking things off for as long as I can remember.
Look, will you please keep quiet? I'm trying to listen to what nobody's saying.
Oh, you're wriggling out of it now, aren't you?
Shut the kickle.
The implications of feet in the evolutionary pattern.
Ready when you are, Doc?
Look, drink your tea.
Oh, okay. Ready when you are, Doc?
I've forgotten.
The divine plan.
Oh, yes, thank you, yes. Well, look, from the position of our feet, it is clear that nature never intended that we should fit snugly against smooth, flat surfaces. And yet the rectangle is all that we ever get from the planners. Now, when the archaeologists of the future dig out the remains of our buildings, they're going to be forced to conclude that all the inhabitants were composed of right angles.
Yeah.
Ready when you are, Norm.
Well, personally, I find the modern bed inches too short.
Never tried shortening your legs?
Look, all I'm getting this morning is antagonism. First from Lord Abatty, then from him behind the counter, and now from him. Civilian friction. There's none of the comradeship of army life.
What's that talking about?
Oh, the brotherhood of sharing danger.
I suppose we could share a beef burger.
There's no comradeship in the army.
Of course there is.
Get up and steal the spit off your boots.
Listen to him, the Huddersfield Raffles.
Comradeship, my RSM. What happens when two armies get together, eh? What happens? They start knocking hell out of each other.
The wars come to an end. But what terrifies me is, how do you stop the beef burger? You realise there are generations growing up who think that meat really tastes like that.
Here, at least you get a napkin. My host over there refuses to part with a paper napkin.
With egg and chips, you get a napkin. I used to leave them on the table, didn't I? 4 clean white paper napkins and a glass on every table.
What happened?
People started using them. Wiping things up with them and scrunching them into little balls. Must live like pigs, some folk.
There's no class.
Close your mouth.
How can you when you yawn?
It's never necessary to open it that wide. If this was a battlefield, they'd have 2 men and a brain gun in there.
Good night last night.
Oh?
And a few people in.
You did? Like who?
Like 3 policemen. They had this idea I'd been up 40.
When you blink, can you see little bubbles in your eye? No, all right. There's not much you can do with them anyway.
Every time I blink, I could see them 3 policemen in my eye.
Serves you right.
He had more meat on his notebook than I had my pheasant.
Pardon? Don't upset the woman.
I'm not looking for Nora. I want their Wally. See if he's found my Ferret.
Greater love hath no man.
Well, why don't you keep the damn things under control?
They're wild little killers, you know, not like your airy-fairy guinea pigs.
Must be about the only thing that's never gone up.
What is?
The guinea pig.
Wally! Come on!
And of course, with the urge of politicians to get rid of everything British, even the word guinea has to become 105p.
Wally! Hey up! Wally!
What kind of a name is 105p? Sounds like a geriatric malfunction.
Come away from there. You're making more noise through that letterbox.
I were only whispering.
Whispering? Avert quiet of bayonet charges.
Stop. Quite a bayonet charges. When's you ever heard a bayonet charge? Oh, chopping corporal side rider. I could just see his lot, advancing through the smoke of battle, with the sunlight glinting off the end of their pen nibs. Look at him flapping his arms for a vertical takeoff.
It is essential to take advantage of every bit of natural cover. The woman is totally unreasonable.
Ah, but so sexy.
You mean there's something about that combination of evil temper, wrinkled stockings and hair curlers that you can't resist?
Oh, there is.
Well, she certainly made an impression on Foggy.
Yes, a woman is totally unreasonable.
And what is more, she did it while he was taking advantage of every bit of natural cover.
Well, I think you might have warned me she was creeping up behind me. I took it for granted you were performing the duties of a mobile rear guard.
Oh, we were very mobile, Foggy. I don't think you could fault us on mobility.
Well, I think that kind of behaviour is very, very civilian.
I suppose it's living next door to her all these years. I've got used to her little moods.
From nasty to atrocious.
You've got a photograph of Nora Batty?
Ah, borrowed our kid's camera. She didn't want to have a photo took. I think she's shy.
Yes, the Waffen SS were very similar.
Oh. Just to think I'm in love.
I think at our age, the most you're likely to be in is a draft.
Well, it's very improper of him to talk like that. The woman is married.
Only to Wally. That's not like having a proper husband. That's more like keeping a lame whippet. I mean, she still feeds him regularly, but she knows she's not going to win anything with him. I hope he were faster getting to my ferret than she were.
Amen to that.
I mean, as much as I admire Nora Batty, I don't think I could trust her with the welfare of my ferret.
By George, it's the stuff of classical romance, isn't it?
It's very moving, seeing him sitting there, torn between passion and animal husbandry.
Passion? How can you feel passion for a scold like Nora Batty?
Why not?
Well, not to put too fine a point upon it, because she's ugly.
True. Well, what else?
Isn't that enough?
Well, hardly, Foggy. Most women are ugly.
Are they?
Well, of course they are.
That shows you how much notice he takes. The big fairy.
Our life dedicated to the martial arts requires certain sacrifices. It's like a call to the cloister.
That's more like an oyster, the way they clams everything shut whenever a woman appears.
Yes, the military man has to forego the pleasures of the domestic hearth.
And very often the married man has to forego the pleasures of the domestic hearth. In fact, marriage can be one of the quickest ways of foregoing them that there is. Now what are you up to?
Sometimes when she leaves Wally alone on fatigues, me and him have a way of getting in touch with each other. The old wall telephone on the ear, you see? That part on the ear, this part on the wall, like so.
Are you getting enough?
I see the inflated prices paid for the French Impressionists are going down.
I should think so.
Funny how the visual arts reflect the cultural changes much more clearly than the writing on the local urinal walls. Which doesn't seem to have changed all that much since I was there in short trousers.
When I was painting regimental badges on regimental doors, I was never conscious of the need to be innovative or revolutionary. Oh, no. Tradition is everything on army doors, rather like icon painting.
Byzantine. Very interesting. Of course, I can read the walls higher up these days, but it hardly seems worth growing up for.
One's work improved, of course, but always within the tradition. The great influence in my day was acting Sergeant Painter Moffat, a man very demanding in respect of his curly cues. You overdo it by so much as an extra trefoil or crocket. And his sensitivity was such he was liable to whop you straight up the crotch with a 3-foot ruler. Suppose he's not there?
Where else would he be? She keeps him on a very tight rein.
What are you tapping down there for? He can't be there.
I've reached him here before.
Well, what was he doing down there?
I don't know.
Didn't you think to ask?
Look, if he wants to spend his time down here, that's his affair. That's Wally.
Oh, George is down there again.
How do you know it's Wally?
Well, who else would it be tapping down here?
The Count of Monte Cristo?
Listen, if I give him 3 long and 2 short like this, that means I want to see him, and he'll nip round as soon as he's finished whatever he's doing. That's Wally.
But that's it. What is he doing?
Well, I hope he found me ferret, and he's going to bring it round.
Bring it round. Oh, an unconscious ferret. Hello, Wally. Perhaps he can throw his tap.
Pardon?
Well, some people can throw their voices. Perhaps he can throw his tap like a ventriloquist. He knocks at the window and it sounds as though it's coming from the pantry. That must take years of practice. Oh, now where's he gone?
He's just checking on her. If she's busy and her back's turned, he'll be back here in a minute.
The damn fella pops up all over the place. I'm surprised she misses him at all if he spends all his life on the floor.
Why should he spend his life on the floor?
Yeah, my point exactly, but that is where the tapping was coming from, isn't it?
Wally.
All right, I think you better stop leaping about, screaming.
Screaming?
Keep your voice down. She'll hear you. He's very excitable, isn't he?
Excitable?
Wally, has they brought me ferret?
I'm not excitable. A very idea. Me excitable?
Very good again.
You can't spend weeks under heavy shell fire without developing nerves like Sheffield steel.
I always get lost in Sheffield.
Yeah, promises.
If he's got nerves like steel, what does he start screaming for when a bloke comes up behind him?
Oh, come on now, Wally. We've all had anxious moments while queuing for foreign films.
You should never creep up like that behind a trained soldier.
Shh! I think I can hear her.
What, me ferret?
Had I had a weapon, I wouldn't have been answerable for the consequences. It may have sounded to civilian ears like a scream.
Talking of anxious moments, do you remember Thorogood from Oswald Street? Nearly went demented before they could cut him out of that zip fly.
It wasn't a scream. It wasn't a scream. It was the trained fighter's instinctive battle cry.
There were several volunteers, but he wouldn't let a stranger anywhere near him.
Well, the bayonet charge, for example, is accompanied by a kind of...
Even in the depths of his agony, Thorogood insisted that they send for a workmate who was working at the time.
It sounds quiet, but I'd better not stop.
Just a minute. Where is she?
Baking.
Me ferret?
Why should she be baking your ferret?
Wally, where is me ferret?
Upstairs.
What is it doing upstairs?
I don't flaming think.
Well, why'd you let it go up there?
Listen, that's a free wild spirit that's got there. It's not what I'd call obedient. It's more like stupid.
But it doesn't surprise me. I'm only too willing to believe that his livestock will be in an untrained and unruly condition.
Conkers.
Le conquer. I congratulate you, monsieur, on the condition of your conquer.
You don't encourage him.
Hey, listen. I think, Wally, that you have made a right muck-up of looking after my ferret.
No, the missus made me flush it.
What? You don't mean to say she flushed it?
No, from out of the clothes basket.
Oh.
Have you ever tried flushing a ferret out of a pair of WX flannelette knickers? It can be very nasty in all that elastic.
Wally, I think you've done all that anyone can.
Rubbish!
Well, you're the fool that let her get loose.
No man who is stone cold sober should be asked to tangle with a pair of WX flannelette knickers.
I seen the top up, but it shot up one of the legs like smoke from a musket, straight upstairs.
Right, that's where we're going, upstairs. Come on to fetch it.
Upstairs in daylight? I daren't go upstairs in the daytime. Ooh, she'd think that were very sinister. What possible excuse could I give?
Could you go for a lie down?
Lie down? If I'm standing up, I daren't stop moving. Listen, I'll have to be getting back.
How am I going to get my ferret?
Come back, that man.
I'm only going to peep.
Oh, le peep. I congratulate you, monsieur, on your feet. Peep, peep.
Look, we have to wait for Wally's signal. No, well, I think that Glenelga's done that very well, considering and you can get the lads on this, you know, they get chip it out with a code and then mix some, bucket and You can't sneak in for your ferret until you get his signal. And we can't just hang about here looking suspicious, you know. We've got to have some sort of cover story to explain our being here. Some simple rules in case Nora sees us.
We're waiting for somebody?
Then why wouldn't we wait in your house? No, it's got to be something simple but plausible.
Like your Ernie.
Oh!
I've got it.
Well, it'll be the first time for years.
We are looking for something.
Oh. Hi, my ferret. Has that just woken up?
No, something else.
Perhaps we're looking for inner peace and things of the spirit. Sorry.
Yes, you see, if people see us just standing here, it'll look suspicious. But if we are looking for something on the ground... Yeah. Yes, well, then the situation will explain itself and people will pass on by without a second glance. Well, come on, then, join in. We've all got to have the same story. She's got to be something small and difficult to find.
Like your first mortgage.
A contact lens. I've lost a contact lens, you see. Very tiny. No, you can't go marching about flat-footed. I mean, they won't bear treading on. No, you've got to tiptoe.
right. She's in the kitchen. What are you looking for? Out.
It's a contact lens. So you have to be careful how you tread because they're very fragile. You see, very small things.
Don't you start the dozy beggar. You're supposed to be letting me in to get me ferret.
No, we've got to give him hand to find his contract lens.
I'll do, Charlie.
No, that wasn't Charlie. That was Eric.
Oh, there's not much to go by.
There, Eric's got thicker ankles.
You just made that up.
Here, wait a minute. Don't they live in the next street? Oh.
Well, do it right there, Eric.
I don't know why you speak to him. You know he insults me. Ask him to show you what he does from that bedroom window with them binoculars you lent him. He's got souls I don't wear a blouse. Don't you turn your back on me, Wally Batty. He leered at me.
He's entitled to leer.
Is that all you've got to say when a man leers at your wife?
I can only marvel at the quirkness of his taste.
But thou's got used to her, Wally. Familiarity breeds contempt. For me, she's a thing of mystery, an unknown quantity. A strange.
Strange? It's funny you should say that.
I'd like to know what you're plotting, you two out there with your heads together.
We didn't want to bother you with it.
Look, I'll come back when you're not doing anything.
I'm not doing anything.
Well, you keep poking Wally with that brush.
Tell her.
Oh, you tell her.
Somebody had better tell her.
Dora, that basket of whiter-than-white washing that has just taken off the line.
What about it?
We're out here a moment ago.
Taking it inside.
Has I ironed it yet?
What's that got to do with you?
Just answer his question, woman.
No, I haven't ironed it yet.
Thank the Lord for that.
I've this dinner to get and my windows are all steamed up. Why should you worry whether I've ironed it or not? Come back here, you!
Tell her why, don't you?
Dora? No, when they does the ironing, when they puts their hand in the basket, if he comes out with a small garment trimmed with fur, look at it before you iron it.
Why?
One of my ferrets was headed in this direction.
Now you get up. Halt! Not back. Can you understand any adult human being rushing about like that?
Yes!
Well, I can.
Go on, you lazy mutt! Go on, get out of here and keep out!
Oh, no.
Go on! Don't you come, you worse than school kids! Make me tired!
A paper napkin.
What?
I would like one of your softest paper napkins, please.
3 cups of tea between 3 customers and you want a napkin?
Not just a paper napkin.
With egg and chips you get a paper napkin.
What do you mean you've got a rule? You've got an inflexible system governing the issue of paper napkins?
You can't run a business without some system of stock control.
Yeah, but in other places you don't even have to ask for one. They've got them there in a glass on the table. You just pick one out.
You should have picked 2 out and brought one with you.
Funny things, feet. If they were turned the other way round, we'd be able to stand much closer to walls.
Reminds me of toe cap, you see. Some fleeing idiot trampled all over the shine.
Well, they nearly put their knee in me groin.
Soldier's reflex.
All right, they nearly put their knee in me soldier's reflex.
Will you sit down? You don't have to draw us a picture.
The fact that feet are not turned the other way round suggests to me that part of the evolutionary plan, or the divine plan, if you'd rather.
And he never thinks about the divine plan. He wouldn't know what you were talking about.
Well, he picks up things in his own way.
Yeah, that's what did that store detective in Woolworths?
It just fell into me pocket. You know how baggy my pockets are. I could have knocked it off with my elbow.
Well, I wouldn't have been surprised if you'd been knocking things off for as long as I can remember.
Look, will you please keep quiet? I'm trying to listen to what nobody's saying.
Oh, you're wriggling out of it now, aren't you?
Shut the kickle.
The implications of feet in the evolutionary pattern.
Ready when you are, Doc?
Look, drink your tea.
Oh. Ready when you are, Doc?
I've forgotten.
The divine plan.
Oh, yes, thank you, yes. Well, look, from the position of our feet, it is clear that nature never intended that we should fit snugly against smooth, flat surfaces. And yet the rectangle is all that we ever get from the planners. Now, when the archaeologists of the future dig out the remains of our buildings, they're going to be forced to conclude that all the inhabitants were composed of right angles.
Yeah.
Ready when you are, now.
You know, personally, I find the modern bed inches too short.
Never tried shortening your legs?
Look, all I'm getting this morning is antagonism. First from Laura Batty, then from him behind the counter, and now from him. Civilian fiction. There's none of the comradeship of army life.
What's that talking about?
Oh, the brotherhood of sharing danger.
I suppose we could share a beef burger.
There's no comradeship in the army.
Of course there is.
Get up and steal the spit off your boots.
Listen to him, the Huddersfield Raffles.
Comradeship, my RSM. What happens when two armies get together, eh? What happens? They start knocking hell out of each other.
You know, wars come to an end. But what terrifies me is, how do you stop the beef burger? You realise there are generations growing up who think that meat really tastes like that.
Here, at least you get a napkin. My host over there refuses to part with a paper napkin.
With egg and chips, you get a napkin. I used to leave them on the table, didn't I? All clean white paper napkins and a glass on every table.
What happened?
People started using them. Wiping things up with them and scrunching them into little balls. Must live like pigs, some folk.
There's no class.